Okay, I think we are back. I think we are live. Uh yeah, we were cut short because we were copyright striked. I guess I might just have to like cut back on the music video, guys. I apologize about that. That music video was fine the other day and now it's not. So, yeah, I really got to worry about that. Let me just double check that we are live here. I think we're going. I think we're live. Okay, I think we're back. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. If you are back, uh, welcome back. Sorry for the boot. Sorry for the boot. Yes. Okay. So, yes, let's get started back up. I am your host, Mark Wilson Che. I am running the ship. Um, it's kind of scary because well, first we just got another copyright strike, and then also my wife Jung Yoon, she is actually on her way to Jeju City pretty much right now. She's gonna catch a flight to Gimpo. She's heading to an event promoting Henya in Gwanghwamun in Seoul. So she'll be taking part in a Henya talk show. But that means today it's just me holding down the fort, and already the ship's already starting to shake. It's already starting to fall apart. Getting a little bit worried about that. Um, so we will just keep going, keep driving through. I just feel like I'm a president. We are going to keep marching forward, and we are going to get this episode done. Thank you for coming back. If you were accidentally booted, it was our fault, and we will try to. I guess yeah, we'll try to worry about that stuff. Okay. Um. So yes, welcome back. Good morning, and welcome back to the GEC Gecko Radio, Jeju Morning Alternative. I'm your host, Mark Wilson Che, coming to you live from Global Education City right here on Jeju Island. Today is May 12th, and it is episode 12. Very nice. And for anyone tuning in for the first time, welcome. Okay, Gecko Radio is our all English morning show for the GEC community. It's for expats, English learners, parents trying to get their kids up in school, and anyone who wants to start the day with a little local flavor. And it's Tuesday, so we're bringing back our Jeju Life Hack segment. And it's a practical little tip to help you navigate daily life on the island, whether you've just arrived or you've been here for years. So, what is Gecko Radio for? It's to wake your kids up in the morning. It's for you to put on the radio as you are heading to Gimpo Airport or if you are headed to school. So, whatever you're doing in the morning, yeah, please tune in. And once again, I'm so sorry. We lost a ton of listeners, and that happens every time. So, yeah, we just got to we got to iron this out. I guess we might just have to stick to actual just music and no music videos for a while, but we're going to keep on going through. We're going to keep on going through. Welcome back. If you're joining the chat room right now, welcome. Okay. Who am I? My name is Mark Wilson Che, and I am the DJ. I am the MC. I'm part writer, but I'm not the head writer. That would be writer at Jeju Jade. You can find her on Instagram. I'm the producer, and you can see my face when my eyes get really big and I start panicking. Something's blowing up on my end. So yes. What happens is like if I ever get a copyright strike, there's like a little like bright orange like bar that goes across, and that's like trauma times. So we have these permission from these artists, the artists that we play, we have permission, but YouTube algorithm is still kind of weird about that. So it's a bit more complicated process than that, but and maybe if we switch to music only without the videos, we might avoid further S words, which I mean strikes. We don't want them strikes. Well, not strikes. It's just kind of like flags and stuff. Okay. With that said, why don't we move on to the weather? Let's do that.
I'm singing in the rain.
Well, hopefully not today. We'll see. That's our little weather jingle. Very specific. Who says good morning? Haley Kim and Ihan say good morning. Good morning. Welcome. We're talking about weather, you guys. We're doing weather for today, Tuesday, May 12th, and it is a perfectly nice spring day on Monday. After it was, okay. It was a bright day and comfortable. Tuesday, watch out, guys. According to the script, Tuesday is looking much more unsettled. Okay. Daejeong is starting off mild this morning, around 16 to 18 degrees. So that is a bit cooler than yesterday, but skies will be mostly cloudy and rain is expected on and off from early morning through the evening. So that's pretty much just all day, you know? So umbrella day. Today is an umbrella day. Pack a little umbrella. Just be careful out there, guys. As we move through the day, temperatures should climb to around 20 to 21 degrees. Okay, so a bit warmer, but it won't be cold. So it won't be cold, but in the rain, but with the rain, wind, and cloud cover, it may feel damp and a little unstable compared to yesterday's clean spring weather. Also, just a quick safety note, some areas may see gusty winds, thunder, and lightning, and there is even a small chance of hail. Whoa, hail, you guys. No, 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 no. I just got a new car. Please, no hail. Oh, no. In parts of the island. So if you're driving, working outdoors, or heading near the coast, um, take it a little slower today. Do we all know what hail is, right? The ice balls that come down. Now, some comes down really small. We call that sleet, the small shards of ice. But the big ones, I've witnessed that before in the States, where they were the size of golf balls, and they just come down and they just start smashing into stuff, and they can do heavy damage. Oh my gosh. Oh, that just made me super scared because I just got a new car. So I hope I hope I don't get any. There's no hail. Please, no hail. Please, no hail. Around the island, Jeju City should be cloudy and rainy at times with possible gusts and thunder. Sokyepo will see mild temperatures, but passing rain and wind could make it feel wetter and heavier. And Seongsan, over on the East Coast, should follow a similar pattern, cloudy, mild, and unsettled, with rain possible throughout the day. Okay, let's talk about air quality. With the rain moving through, air quality should be fairly manageable overall, but as always, check local fine dust levels before spending a long time outdoors. So please take your umbrella. Umbrella, folks, please, please, please. So for the big picture, after Monday's beautiful spring weather, Tuesday brings a wetter, windier Jeju. Umbrella in hand, watch out for the sudden heavy rain and keep an eye out for thunder, lightning, and gusty winds through the day. Okay, so yes, rain is the word of the day, so please be careful. It could be on and off, even though it looks quite nice now. Be prepared. Be prepared. Have an umbrella. Okay. Moving on to our question of the day. Beep boop. Here we go. This one is fun. Okay. After Monday's beautiful, oh no, that's weather. Okay. Question of the day. As Jeju becomes more international, this is gonna go along with the theme today. Here's a local population question for you. Okay. As of April 2026, how many registered foreign residents were living in the Daejeong district? Huh. As of April 2026, so this was a survey just taken last month. How many registered foreign residents, me included, were living in the Daejeong district? Okay, so that's specifically this district. How many? Okay, so we have four options. We have 956, we have 1956, 2,956, or 4,956. Okay, so how many registered foreign residents were living in the Daejeong district? 956, 1956, 2956, or 4956. That's interesting. Okay. Let's move on to our next song and we'll leave this question of the day up. This is an artist who we have full permission from. So YouTube, if you're listening, full permission from this artist. Please don't cut us just like last time. Okay. This is let's do Wind and Wave by Parasol Waves.
passion. 순간이 소중해지는 순간. Your life is so special. 순간이 소중해지는 순간. Your life is so special. 순간이 소중해지는 순간. Your life is so special.
For that Jeju morning alternative, tune in to Gecko Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. All week, baby.
That is right, Monday through Friday, all week, uninterrupted. Just kidding. We totally might get interrupted due to copyright claims, even though we do have permission from the artist. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore because that seems super unprofessional and it seems like we can't get our stuff together. But please, 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 YouTube, if you're listening, we do have permission from all these amazing local artists. So please don't cut us off. We lose everybody. Please, please don't do that. Okay. Welcome back. That was Wednesday off. No, that was not Wednesday off. That was Parasol, Waves, Wind, and Wave. An amazing local band. Very, very good friends of ours. Yeah, we're doing question of the day. And here it is up here. So let's talk about it. Okay, so do we have any answers in the chat? We have one answer. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds to answer in the chat if you're listening. Okay, this is a fun one. As of April 2026, how many registered foreign residents were living in the Daejeong district? That's so specific. I love that. That's here. That's right here. That's the GEC. That's us. That is us. Okay, so does anybody else have any answers? We have one answer in here. It looks like Haley, Kim, and Ihan have answered. Anybody else? Anyone else? Okay, so we have either 956, 1956, 2956, or 4956. Okay, the answer is B. Ding, 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 ding. 1956, 1,956 registered foreign residents in Daejeong. So good job, Haley, Kim, and Ihan. Yay. That's another 10,000. Man, I don't know, you guys. Haley, Kim, and Ihan, they were racking up all the cool points. They're taking all the points from y'all, and that's fine. Thank you so much, you guys, for being so interactive in the chat. So others, please, 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 please enter the chat. Give us your answers. Tell us how you're doing. Say, Mark, you look terrible today. Hey, Mark, maybe get a haircut. I don't know. Mark, maybe change your fashion. I don't know, anything, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Suk-young says, good morning. Good morning. I think that's my mother-in-law. Good morning. Hi. Yes, very supportive in-laws. Thank you so much, you guys. So, yes, it is 1956. That is 1,956 registered foreign residents that are living in our district, Daejeong district, okay? Let me get the question of the day off here. Beep boop. All right. Actually 1,169 male and 787 female residents in Daejeong, to be exact. So there are more male residents than female registered foreign residents in Daejeong. Interesting. And to put that number into perspective, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so as of April 30th, Jeju had a total population of 691,896 residents. So that's all of Jeju Island. So just shy of 700,000 of residents. Out of that, 500,000, so pretty much 502,912 people lived in Jeju City. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So out of the 700,000 residents, give or take, out of that 500,000, give or take, are living in Jeju City. And then and then 188,984, so that's like 190,000 live in Sogyepo City. So 700,000 and just a little over 500,000 lives in Jeju-si, and then just under 200,000 live in Sogyepo-si. So there you go, do the math, right? Now, when it comes to, so I mean, it's really divided. So we are the weirdos. We are the weirdos that are, like living in our own corner here. Now, when it comes to registered foreign residents, Jeju had 28,546 in total, with 18,426 in Jeju City and 10,120 in Sogyepo. Nice. Okay, so around 30,000 foreign residents in Jeju in total, around 30,000, with just shy of 20,000 Jeju-shi and a little over 10,000 Sogyepo. So, pardon me. Oh, that throat thing still with me. So, here in the GC area, it can sometimes feel like, excuse me, man, that throat thing is still staying with me, guys. How about you guys? So here in the GEC area, it can sometimes feel like there are a lot of foreign residents around us. Yes, I think we're the GEC, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're in the chat. Yeah, Haley Kim says that they guessed B and it was a wild guess. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed, I wouldn't have known either, So good job, you guys. I feel like here in the GEC, we're kind of in this bubble. You know what I mean? I think remember last week I asked, the question of the day was like, what's percentage of the EV cars are in Jeju? And we all guessed a lot higher than it really was. I think many of us guessed 25%, but it was closer just to 10%. And also, we're talking about the amount of foreign residents now. And it feels like we're a bit biased because we're in this bubble in the GEC with international staff, a lot of the who are working in the GEC, and then a lot of the restaurants and local businesses around here, they cater to that too. So many businesses, they speak fluent English as well. So it's kind of like this own little bubble, the GEC. So it just feels like there's a lot of foreign residents around us. I mean, yeah. If anybody's from SJ, we just went to a restaurant yesterday. We bumped into Dr. Smith, the music instructor, the music director at SJ, who's a good friend of ours. We just ran into him and his family, his lovely daughters. So you just bump into people, right? So it just does feel like there's a lot of foreign residents around us. And yes, compared to some other parts of the island, we definitely do have an international community. But when you break down the numbers, just shy of 2,000 people is actually not that many compared to the 30,000 in total. That's about the size of a medium-sized high school. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And when you think about who makes up that number, international school teachers, students, and families, people like myself, plus workers here on different visas, it really reminds you how small this community is and how intimate it is. Yes. Okay. Especially in the expat community, everyone is connected to everyone somehow. What is that, like the rules of 6 degrees? Here it feels like 2 degrees. Like I know one person and then that person directly knows another person that I know. You know what I mean? It's like 2 degrees, not just 6. Yeah, I mean, we just said this. We bumped into Dr. Smith yesterday at this really cool Mexican restaurant we showcased in Mosopol, Cachito, the Mexican cuisine. Do check it out, Cachito, if you want authentic Mexican food. Cachito in Mosopol. So we bumped into there. Then there was the owner, Chef Rocio, who is Mexican, and another staff member from Mexico. So yeah, we're kind of in this bubble here. So just in that one restaurant, we had 4 foreign residents of Daejeong in the same room. That's already about 0.2% of Daejeong's registered foreign population right there. That's kind of a funny way to think about it. In that restaurant, 0.2% foreign registered foreign population. That is funny. So yes, Daejeon can be international, but it's still very much a small town. Everyone knows someone, and somehow everyone is just one connection away. I literally said that. I feel like, I mean, my wife kills me because I don't review the scripts enough, but I feel like um, psychically like read this whole. I was just talking about 2 degrees, and she literally wrote it in here, and I didn't even know that. So there we go. That's the kind of connection we have as DJ and writer. So be kind. Yes, yes. Be super kind, you guys. As long as you're here in Jeju, chances are you're going to bump into that person again someday. Yeah, dude. One thing that we are really making an effort is to chill out on our driving. How do I say, our driving emotions, I guess, because we're driving around here in the GEC, and there's a lot of small roads, and a lot of folks got these big cars, me included, and we got to keep our emotions in check because we really might know these people, or they could be listeners someday, or it could be you, it could be Haley. I could be driving and like, hey, who is this? And they could be Haley, and that would be super awkward. So we got to be like really chill when we're driving around, because chances are we might bump into them again, or we might have to work with them, or they might even be a listener of Gecko Radio. So gotta be good. Speaking of gotta be something, let's move on to our next song. Gotta Be Strong by Wednesday Off. Gotta be strong, and we love these guys. We have their full permission. So if this does get cut, okay, I have to give like this warning now every time, but we've played this song on many times on the radio, but if it somehow does get cut, just keep refreshing, or like get out of this and then come back in, because I will desperately try to log the stream back on. So if you does get lost, if it does get cut and it says stream is ended, just please exit and then get out of the actual page, wait a few minutes, and then come back on. Please. Thanks you so much. Okay, so let's move on. Got to Be Strong by Wednesday Off. Let's do it.
High under the stars, we can moving what the man got to believe, with a fire in my heart, chasing dreaming far from home. Got to believe. You gotta get it, son. You got to be one. Oh, now baby, you got to be strong. You gotta get it, son. And there's more than one can run. Ah, you got to be strong now. You gotta get it, son. You got to be one. Oh, baby, you got to be strong. You gotta get it, son. And there's more than one can run. Say the lip, rather night. We can moving what that man got to believe, with a fire in my heart, chasing dreaming far from home. Got to believe. You gotta get it, son. You got to be one. Oh, now baby, you got to be strong. You gotta get it, son. And there's more than one can run. Ah, you got to be strong now. You gotta get it, son. You got to be one now. Oh, got to be strong. You gotta get it, son.
Gecko Radio in the morning, the only station out of the GEC Jeju.
I like how we emphasize we're the only one. Yeah, I mean, we're the only one. We're the only one, technically, the station based out of the GEC for you guys, but also for Jeju Island and also for the entire peninsula. Welcome back. That was Wednesday off. Got to be strong. You got to be strong today because I guess the weather's a little bit crazy. We might expect some showers. We said that in the earlier news, the weather briefing, and also slight risk of hail, which I'm terrified of. Oh man, please no hail. I just got a new car. Please, no hail. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's move on to Jeju News Briefing. Beep boop. For the first time in 3 years, Jeju's registered population has stopped shrinking, at least for now. Yeah, it seems like wow, that's pretty wild. So the first time in 3 years, I mean, we talk about South Korea, we talk about dwindling population, but according to the news, first time in 3 years, Jeju's registered population has stopped shrinking. Okay, so that's registered. So it's not about like giving birth rate or anything. It's just registered population has stopped shrinking. So people could be moving on. We're probably going to find out here. Okay. So, according to the national statistics, Jeju's registered population in April was 600,663. Let's start this again. 663,229 people. Okay, so just shy of, it's a little bit under 700,000 people. Okay, that's an increase of just 52 people from the previous month. Okay, so we went up by 50 some people. Now, 52 people may not sound like much, but this is the first monthly increase in 36 months. Jeju's population had been declining every month since May 2023. Interesting. Still, officials say it's still too early to call this a real turnaround, yeah? Population changes depend on several factors, including births, deaths, and whether more people are moving into or out of the island. Now, compared to 1 year ago, Jeju's population is still down by 4,200 people. Okay, so yeah, you got to think about that. Yes, we have increased 52 people from the previous month, but then if we're talking about on year, we are down 4,200 people. Jeju City has about 484,000 residents, while Seogwipo, we talked about this earlier, has about 180,000 residents. Now, out of Jeju's 43 towns, townships, and neighborhoods, only 7 saw their population increase compared to last year. That includes Bonghae-dong, Yeondong, Aradong, Eworup, Oradong, Samyangdong, and Jocheonup. Yeah. Meanwhile, 36 areas saw decreases, which with some of the sharpest drops in places like Jungangdong, Chujamyeon, Udomyeon, and Yereidong. Yeah. So major decreases. So we're talking about like, yay, the populations go up. Well, not really. Okay. Some of these areas and townships have seen massive declines. There are a few signs worth watching. Through February this year, births in Jeju. Okay, now this is interesting. Births in Jeju were up about 10.7% compared to the same period last year, while deaths were down 9.3%. Jeju is still seeing more people move out than move in, but that net outflow has also slowed compared to last year. So the takeaway is this: Jeju's population decline paused in April, but whether this is a one-time blip or the beginning of a new trend, we will have to wait and see. Yes. I mean, we might see a spike in a few years. Remember, we're talking about FSAA that's coming in August 2028. So there might be a little spike, beep, in registered residents for literal staff and maybe students coming in to that brand new fifth international school here in the GEC FSAA. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. Okay, moving on. We're doing some K culture stuff here. Beep boop. Gotta love that K culture, putting K in front of everything. Okay, Jeju is looking to ride the global wave of K culture and turn that attention into new, pardon me, tourism opportunities. The Jeju Tourism Organization, or JTO, recently invited major Canadian travel companies to the island for a familiarization tour and a business-to-business travel mart. Fun. Can I make that a little bit bigger? There you go. Woo, that looks fun. Cool. Look at that. Fun. Gotta have the henya in there and everything with the traditional outfits. Very cool. The program ran from May 7th to 11th, so it just finished yesterday, in partnership with the KTO's Toronto office. Oh, cool. They got a Toronto office. That's cool. It brought together 10 key travel agencies from Canada's Far East and Western regions, including Air Canada. Let's see. I just want to check the chat here, but we'll get back to that. The goal was simple. That takes taking Jeju growing global recognition, helped by K-dramas, of course, Korean culture, and the broader Hallyu wave, and turn it into actual travel products. During the tour, participants visited some of Jeju's best-known sites, including Seongsan Ilchubong and Jeju Stone Park. Yeah, I like the Jeju Stone Park. I like that one enough. We'll feature that later. If you haven't been to the Jeju Stone Park, do check it out. It's awesome. They're both known as scenic and culturally rich locations and also familiar to some K-drama fans. But the program went beyond sightseeing. The Canadian travel industry guests also experienced things you can only do here in Jeju, taking photos in Henya diving suits, joining a tea class at Hosudok, and watching the dining performance Henya's Kitchen. Yes. Have you guys done Henya's Kitchen? Have you been to Henya's Kitchen? There's 2 locations. It's a dinner and a show, and it's there. One is a buffet style, and the other location is like a fine dining experience. If you haven't been to Henya's Kitchen, do check it out. That's super fun. Combines Jeju food, storytelling, and Henya culture. Yes. One Canadian travel industry representative said Jeju offered a completely different charm from Seoul, adding that the island's unique atmosphere and experience-based programs could strongly appeal to North American travelers. Yay, come in, North Americans. Travel Mart was also held on May 8th at Maizan Glad Jeju, a given local tourism business a chance to meet directly with Canadian travel agencies. Cool. 13 Jeju-based companies took part, using the event to build overseas networks and discuss possible new tourism products. The JTO says Canada is a key strategic market among Western countries. Canada is the second highest rate of travel to Korea. And Canadian visitors also tend to stay longer and spend more. That's interesting. So the hope is that this tour will help create more customized Jeju travel packages for North American travelers, highlighting not just the island's scenery, but its culture, food, and one-of-a-kind local experiences. Okay, this one is like, the next story is like proper news here. And here's a story from Jeju District Court, where a trial was delayed simply because the court could not secure an interpreter. Yes, according to Jeju Voice, the case involved a Malaysian national in his 40s who speaks Malay and Tamil. The trial was scheduled recently, but the interpreter could not attend due to personal reasons. And with no replacement available, the hearing had to be pushed back for another 2 months. Oh my goodness. And this wasn't the first delay. The case was first indicted back in March of last year, meaning it has now been going on for 14 months, man. And this issue highlights a growing challenge for Jeju's court system, okay? As the number of foreign residents and foreign-related criminal cases increases, the demand for court interpreters is also growing. But Jeju still has a very limited pool of legal interpreters, especially for languages beyond English, Chinese, and Japanese. Currently, Jeju District Court has 5 interpreters for English and Chinese, 3 for Japanese and Russian, and only 1 or 2 for many other languages. For some languages, there may be no local interpreter at all. So that's the challenges that the Jeju court system is facing. In those cases, the court may have to bring in an interpreter from another region, sometimes by plane. And if that person is not available, the trial may simply have to wait. The Supreme Court does operate a legal interpreting center in Seoul, offering remote interpretation for several languages, including Vietnamese, Russian, Arabic, Thai, and Uzbek. But if the required language is not covered by the center, local courts still have to find an interpreter on their own. And this is not just a matter of convenience. Accurate interpretation is essential for ensuring fair trials. So, right. I mean, that's why you need the right kind of people for this, because if they mess up an interpretation, that's legal stuff. That could have grave consequences. And the right to a speedy trial is protected under Korea's constitution. So as Jeju becomes more international, its courts are now facing a very real question. A very real question. How do we make sure justice can move quickly and fairly in every language? That's a very that's an intent the very interesting challenge that these courts have to face. Wow. Okay. So we are going to take another song break, and with that, when we get back, we're going to talk about what's going down in the GEC. Let's listen to CYRRCA and Mindset, Love Stitch.
Blinded by a vision, tripping on a mission. Old man, dream fishing, clouds roll, keep drifting, lifting. Look, vacay booked, we took. Late night lighter burns, tropical storms churn. Waves roll like days, another phase turns. Communicate energy, love lives evergreen. Inside geographies of telepathy, ancient techniques laced in eloquently. We are free, like air, far feeling. North star leaning, ship gleaming, the moon beaming, I'm dreaming. First go global feeling, disembark into Eden with the world tribe greeting. Marble stairs rise to purple skies, reflect your eyes, mystical visualize. Pantheon floating on hemisphere, together here in the Silky Way stratosphere. World tribe, 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 tribe. Looking for a lone floating on the horizon. It's the same as when you can't go back. Pinpointing on the map, staring at me. Just go to an area that I can see. I can't see. New skin, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love stitched in. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love stitched in. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love.
What you gonna live for? Let's repeat today. Someday it will disappear. I can't regret. Run from yourself. Ride a handmade boat and kick repeating waves. Walking through the night in the moonlight until the beat goes. The world keeps moving. The vibes don't stop. Watch the watch go. Tick tock. Vroom, 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 vroom. The rain won't stop us, and the frequency. It's all about the balance. Keys open doors. Even if we don't speak, we pick up where we left off. Minds combined, so heavenly divine. Tears don't stop, get a grip. Where you going? What you looking for? Alone floating on the horizon. It's the same as when you can't go back. Pinpointing on the map, staring at me. Just go through an area that I can't see. That I can't see.
New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love stitched in. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love stitched in. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again. That's where the love stitched in. New skin, new wind, elevate within and never comes again.
Meep meep more. You are listening to Gecko Radio in the morning.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, this throat thing, you guys. This throat thing, I'm ready for it to go away. Welcome back. I sounded like a hormonal 13-year-old there. Sorry about that. That was Love Stitch by CYRRCA and Mindset. Gotta love those guys and gotta love how that song went all the way through. Very nice. Yeah, well, I'm just checking out the chat here. I was just asking any big plans for today and just saying, hey, make sure you bring your umbrella. Chief Shoeless is, he's saying, wow, hey, we have an international. Thank you. This is from out of Jeju. This is, man, I don't know where he is. This is actually my cousin, but he's awesome. Man, what a journey he has. I'll talk about him later. But he says it's evening here, dinner, episode of Peaky Blinders. You know, the Peaky Blinders, and they're headed off to bed. Big excitement. Yeah, I love Peaky Blinders. I got to rewatch that series. The film, did that come out yet? I don't know. I know the film is in production or they're going to have it, but yes. Also not for children. So if you're a kid, don't watch Peaky Blinders. Okay, not until you get older. All right. Let's move on to what's going around in the GEC, our neighborhood. Yay. Okay, so we're actually running out of time here, so we're going to just do, I think, just one. We can only do one story for today, and we'll save some other cool ones for tomorrow. The one I would like to cover today is this is cool. This is really cool. And if you're listening, I think if Ihan's still on the line, you might be really proud of this. This is a really nice story from the GEC community. And let me put it up. Beep, boop. Here we go. Let's make it bigger. Whoop. Nice. Okay. 3 grade 8 students from Branksome Hall, Asia, BHA. All right. Let's get some BHA rep up in here. Kim Ga-eun, Kim Ji-woo, and Kim Se-hyung recently donated the full proceeds from a student-run project to a local animal shelter here in Jeju. That is awesome. That is fantastic. During the school's spring event, Spring Tidings 2026, the students opened a booth called Stray Cat Store. They planned and operated the store themselves while also raising awareness about the importance of protecting abandoned animals. That's fantastic. Okay. And on May 10th, the students personally visited Henbokine, a Jeju animal rescue and animal rescue and shelter organization, to deliver their donation. The total amount raised was 663,000 won. Fantastic. The students said this project was more than just a fundraiser. It was a meaningful experience that allowed them to put compassion, respect for life, and the value for sharing into real action. Oh, Haley Kim says, maybe is it Haley or Ihan? They say they were part of that project. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, BHA. That's awesome, dude. Especially when it comes to animal shelter and animal rescue. That's fantastic. So we have an actual participant in the chat. That's amazing. Well done. Well done to you, Haley, Kim, and Ihan. Okay, so yes, big shout out to you guys, but also big shout out to the 3 students, Ga-eun, Ju, and Se-hyung from BHA for turning a school event into something that helps animals in need right here on the island. That is fantastic. Awesome. Awesome, you guys. So yeah, again, we are running out of time, so we're just going to move right on to this is cool. It's a blend of Jeju word of the day, but also kind of our Jeju life hack segment. Haven't made a jingle for Jeju life hack, but it's Tuesday, so it's Jeju life hack time, and we're going to blend it into Jeju word of the day. Right. So for today's Jeju life hack, we recommend a very useful Instagram account. Let's put that up where it is. There we go. This is Mushiga, right? And what does that mean, Mushiga? Here, let's bring down the image first, or can I move the image? Why don't I do that? Boop. There we go. Nice. Nice. Here, let me bring that down. Yeah. Okay, so Mushiga, and this also takes care of our word of the day, Mushiga, which roughly means what, or what's up, or what's happening. It's like very similar to mo, right? Mushigo, like mushigo, like that's the Jeju dialect. For example, if someone says something surprising, you might respond with mushigo, right? Meaning what or what did you say? Or if you want to ask what's going on, you have that feeling of what's up, what's going down, what's happening, mushigo. All right. And so we're talking about Mushigo magazine and it has around 61,000 uh followers. Yeah, you can see it right here. Just about. They're about to crack 61K. So if you subscribe to them, if you follow them, you'll help that out. And it feels like a trendy magazine style curated Instagram account for Jeju. We don't know exactly who's behind it. It's like Banksy or something. That's kind of cool. It doesn't seem like a government account and it doesn't seem to be run for profit, but the profile says they deliver Jeju news quickly and accurately. And honestly, we think they do a pretty darn tootin' job. The account curates weekly events around the island, shares major Jeju news stories, and also gives quick summaries of major Korean news from the week. Even my wife, JY's stand-up comedy open mic, has been featured in their posts a couple of times. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Now, one thing to know, it's all in Korean, but because Instagram has the translation feature, it can still be very helpful even if Korean isn't your first language, like me. The posts are very catchy, simple. I mean, yeah, they got a really cool vibe going on there. So if you want a quick way to keep up with what's happening around Jeju, first Gecko Radio and then Mushigo Magazine, give them a follow, help them crack that 61K and beyond. That's Mushigo, that's Musigeo, Mushigo Magazine on Instagram, and that is your Jeju life hack for today. And that does it for today. Hey, thank you guys for sticking with us. We had a little, copyright hiccup there in the very beginning. I think it's kind of good. It was the first song, so that was out of the way, and people who joined us later didn't even know that happened. So I didn't even have to say it right now. But we're still working with that. We're hoping that things get smoother. How's your day going? What are you guys up to? My wife is now in transit to the airport because she has to fly up to Seoul today. So I'm alone. Kind of intense, kind of scary, a different vibe with just me alone. Yeah, but she's in on the chat, so that's nice. What do I have to do today? After this, I have to quickly walk the dogs because to avoid the rain by myself, the three dogs. And then I have to take my cat, 16-year-old cat Rumi, to the hospital today because he just has a checkup, a body checkup. He's acting strange in a way that he's acting super healthy. And sometimes when old cats act very healthy or very different in a way, it's something to check up on. But it's good because we haven't done like a full body checkup in a while for him. But it's also very expensive. But yes, that's at 9 a.m. So I'll be up there later. But again, a big thank you to all the musicians, of course. We got C.Cle, Tehiun, all Moher, all these people. Thank you so much. All these artists and all these local businesses as well who are supporting us. Yesterday, Moher put up a poster. Thank you so much. And also, the Cachito also put up a poster as well. So thank you so much, you guys. Tomorrow is Wednesday. That is Island Icons, where we feature like a very cool person of Jeju history or significance. Last week we featured the founder of Jeju Ole, and this week is going to be Korean traditional cuisine, who is a master in the craft, and sadly we lost him very recently. So we will feature him tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much again. Have a fantastic day. And who should we close with? Let's close with, oh, this is appropriate. This is Tehiun, Sunset Time. And I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Okay, all right, have a good day. Remember, umbrellas, pack your umbrellas. Okay, see you guys. Bye.